welcome you all. So our subject is database management system. Okay, then database management system means the systems which can manage the database. Simple. So nothing but a system which manage the database. After that we discuss about the data, what is database, what is data, what is a management, everything and all. Before getting into the subject, I need to tell something. So for better understanding, I tell you with the simple examples. Okay, so before the database came, how we can store the data? So for example, I need to store students name list who studied in our whole college. So we write in what we do, we write it in a paper and maintain each department separately in a separate files. So imagine, I need to store the every students study in our college means it takes a lot of papers. So I need to store it means it takes a lot of space. After the database came in exist, we store the data digitally in our desktops or laptops. So it reduces the manual work and also the space, right? So this, for the purpose of storing the data digitally, we can use a database. So for managing that database, we can use the database management systems. So this is the overall idea about the subject. So first we see as syllabus. So first unit is a relational databases. So in that we studied about what are the purpose of database systems and views of data, then database languages, what are the languages we can use in a database, then database architecture, then relational models, we studied about the models, then structure of relational databases and database schemas and what are the keys we can use and schema diagrams, relational query languages, relational operations. Then we discussed about some SQL, structured query languages, and then finally we can discuss about assessing SQL from a programming languages. Okay, and how we can assess the SQL from the programming languages. So these topics are studied in the unit 1. Okay, so get into the unit. So before getting to the syllabus, so we need to discuss some basic things. Okay, then what is data? So data means, so what are the things what we need to store? Okay, that is said to be a data. So in simple words, data can be a facts related to any object in consideration. For example, your name, age, height, weight, etc. Everything is a data. So I need to store the name list of the students means the name is a data. Okay, then I need to store many movies in my laptop means that video is a data. Okay, so what are the things we need to store is said to be a data. It can be a picture, image, videos, files, PDFs, Excel. Okay, then these are the things we need to store in a database, right? Then okay, so we discuss about the data, then we discuss about what is a database. So database is a place we can store the data. Okay, so database is a collection of related data organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, managed, updated. This is the definition of the database. What it says, so collection of related data means we need to store the related, that means same datas, that is similar datas in an organized way. So after we can store it means we can easily access, we easily take it and manage it. Okay, then finally I need to I need to store extra informations, or I need to delete some informations we already stored means I can do it. So it allows it in for updating the data. Okay, so these are the definitions of database. What is that? Database is the collection of related data organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, managed and updated. Okay, then database is can be a software or hardware based with the sole purpose of storing data. The main sole purpose of database is storing the data. So for example, we discuss two examples. What is that means? What is a online telephone directory? You take an online telephone directory. What it have? So it have a phone numbers of the people, like that. That phone number is a data. Okay, then online telephone directory is a database. Okay, then another example is Facebook. Everyone use a Facebook, right? So it need to store, manipulate present data related to members and their friends, members, activities, messages, advertisements, a lot more. Okay, that Facebook is a database. The pictures, the informations about the members is the data. Okay, so these are the database. Then we discuss database management system. So before we discuss about the database, and now we discuss the database management system. Database management, I already said, a system that manages the database. Okay, then another definition what we say is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data is said to be a database management system. So database management system is a software system used to store, retrieve or run queries on data. Queries means we discuss later. So queries means like a programming language we use to access the data. Okay, so don't worry, I tell you later. A database they serves as an interface between the end user and a database, so allowing user to create, read, update and delete data in a database. Okay, so examples, MySQL is one database management system, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL, Oracle, Microsoft Access, these are all examples of database management systems. We can use these management systems to store the data, retrieve the data, everything we can do with the data. Okay, then so I already said database is said to be manage the data. So it tells about who access the data and when access the data and how access the data. So main thing is access the data. So how, when, how. Okay, then features of database is said to be security of data. First thing is the security of data, then durability of data. Okay, so for how long it takes, that is said to be a durability of data. Then isolation data. Isolation means said to be privacy, security. Then consistency of data. Consistency of data means it must be a stable. Okay, then reliability data means we can store data without any causing any problems. Okay, then scalability of data means it can expand the capacity of database systems. We need to store extra information means it might be allowed. Okay, so it allows to store the data of extra information. That is said to be a scalability of data. Then applications, so where we can use the databases. So in real time we are used in banking, universities, reservation systems, telecommunications, library management systems, social media science and online shopping. So here we can use the databases. Then what are the disadvantages of file system? So before we use the database system, we use the file systems, right? So what are the disadvantages of that? That is a data redundancy, first thing. Then data inconsistency. Then difficulty in accessing the data. Then unlimited data sharing. So integrity problems are there. Then concurrent access anomaly. Anomalies means something wrong. So concurrent access anomalies and security problems. So these are all the disadvantages of file systems. So to overcome these disadvantages, we use a database. Okay, so then we use the database. So what are the purposes of using the database? First thing is storage. The main purpose is to store. To store the data in an efficient way so that retrieval can be made easy. Then security. So security is to secure the data or privacy. Okay, then flexibility. A small data or a huge data. So every data it can database need to accept. So it is said to be a flexibility. Then reliability. Okay, the data stored should not be changed. Okay, without any change we can use the database, right? So that is the main purpose. So these four things of the purpose of database, what is that? Storage, security, flexibility and reliability. Okay, then so another topic is the views of data. So while we are using the data, right, the data stored in a database. So while storing the data, okay, it stores in each levels. So we discussed about that levels is said to be a views of data. So views of data in database narrates how data is visualized at each level of data abstraction. Okay, so our data abstraction means we have hiding the complex data structures. That means we are hiding the irrelevant details from the users. So and providing abstract view of data to users, so to helps it to easy and efficient user data abstractions. Okay, this is the views of data. There is a three views. Okay, first one is physical level, logical level and view level. Okay, physical levels means internal level, logical level is a conceptual level and view level is a external level. Okay, these are all the overall view of this topic. So we discuss this in the next session. Okay, thank you.